This is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a long time at this point, and I'm going to finally make it. In my possession, I have a bunch of John Mayer's signature guitars, and I wanted to shoot them out. The big thing I always see is that there are differences between the launch Silver Sky and the later Silver Skies. In like 2021, they started changing. So I have a 2019 Silver Sky Core, and I have a 2022 Silver Sky Core that are both mine. And I have an original John Mayer signature Fender that is a friend of mine that he's going to let me borrow so graciously. I also have my MJT Black One clone that I have spec'd out to be exactly what we know, and from my conversations with John Cruz directly, what is John's actual Black One. I also have a Silver Sky SE to throw in the mix for the budget-friendly, since we didn't really have a budget-friendly option when it came to the Fender back in the day. So I'm going to be playing all these, talking about all these, what I like, what I don't like, what I know, what we believe to be the specs of these guitars. Sometimes that's not totally the case, but as you'll see, we'll find out. You're going to hear them through my capture that I have on Helix Stadium, my proxy capture of the Neural DSP John Mayer Archetype X plugin that you can get on my website. Little self-plug. Links below. It's $5. It sounds awesome. Grab it, jordanallenclark.com/store. But without further ado, let's take a look at the guitars and what we have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in chronological order of what we have and take a look at these guitars. So first off, we have this beautiful guitar right here. So this is an original Fender John Mayer signature Strat. It doesn't have the rosewood guard. The buddy that I got this from kind of put a lot of modifications on here, and so I took the time to go back and turn this into a more accurate version. It does have the original Big Dipper pickups that I have confirmed. And you can see on the back here, we do have John's signature. You can see it up here. That is John's signature. So this is an original run of John's Fender signature Strat. But as you can see, not the original backplate. And I put this aged white pickguard on there because at the time I liked it better, but I think the more that I've had this guitar in my possession, if I was to put another scratch plate on here, I would definitely put one significantly more reminiscent of the original tortoiseshell that was on here. As far as the specs go on the Fender John Mayer signature, we do have a 9.5-inch radius on the neck and a significantly more common, a little bit fatter but not crazy fat C profile. Nothing too crazy. You do have the legendary Big Dipper pickups in this guitar, which we'll hear later, and whether you think they are worth the astronomical price tag that comes with these guitars. And also know the ones that are in the Black One are not reminiscent of the Big Dippers. That's not what's in there. It is a one-piece neck, as you can see, no skunk stripe. It is an alder body. We have 21 frets of Dunlop 6105 frets on the original Fender signature. According to the spec sheet, they call this a thick C, which is ironic that they spell it with a K. But it is a thick C profile, 21 6105 Dunlop frets, the Big Dipper pickups, and you have the 6-screw bridge on this guy. Next in term of order, we have the Black One. Now, John got this guitar, I believe, in 2006 from John Cruz. This is not a John Cruz, but I did get to speak directly with John Cruz at NAMM last year about some of the specs on this guitar in particular, and got a little bit of insight on what this is supposed to be. The big one that we talked about earlier is that these are not Big Dipper pickups. According to John Cruz, this pickup set is actually based off the Stevie Ray Vaughan signature that he master built for the family of Stevie Ray Vaughan. John got to play and really, really love those pickups, so they are very closely modeled after those pickups. in the Stevie Ray Vaughan. This one I did build with a 9.5-inch radius on the fretboard. We do believe I have 6105 frets on this as well. And even got the, see here, got the Fender Schaller gold pearl buttons that he put on here from Stevie Ray Vaughan's collection. As for the pickups that I put in this guitar, I did go with the Klein Jazzy Cats, and I'm really happy that I did that. I know that unfortunately he passed away not too long ago, so these have gone up in cost, but at the time they're very well priced for what they are, and I think they're a really great early 60s Strat sound. And as far as the neck profile on this guitar, I went with a 63 neck profile, so I think it feels really great. I haven't had John play it yet to tell me if I'm close, but from everything I can gather from talking to a lot of people in the community and talking to John Cruz himself, this is pretty dang close. And Intomo Fujita, John's teacher, who guested with me in my band, Still Feel Like Your Band, last year, said that this felt incredible. So I'm going to take his word for it. Next, we're going to come down to the first launch of the Silver Sky. Now, this guy, for me, is a, so I can get it on the camera there, boom, is a 2019. Yep, 2019. So this isn't the launch 2018, but nothing spec-wise changed off of these guys. This is just when it left the factory. I really love this guitar. It's a crazy story how I got it. Someone was trading it in at a Guitar Center. I knew they were not going to offer him a bunch of money for it, so I just told him I would give him cash for it, more than whatever they offered him. And I did. So I walked out of there with a great steal on this guitar. One of the things that changed quite a bit with this guitar compared to later iterations that had changes starting in 2021 is that the finish is different on this guitar. You have more of a poly over nitro kind of feel going on here. You also have more vintage feeling frets. They are much lower on this guitar, and the neck shape is a little bit different. This neck shape feels significantly more similar to my Black One and from when I've played early 60s Strats, more like a 63 or 64. This feels much more like that feeling as compared to the much, kind of has more shoulder on the newer guy. We'll talk about that. They are more vintage voice pickups on this guy as well. The pickups have changed ever so slightly from the earlier launch guitars to the more modern iterations of the Silver Sky. And you'll hear that later. We'll do a comparison. I think they both sound great, and I can feel a difference between playing and hearing this guitar between the two Silver Skies. I do tend to use them for different things. I actually tend to use the white one a little bit more when I'm doing Hendrix stuff or covers of more of the covers that John would do, like the blues covers, as compared to the pink one we'll see, which is very modern Mayer in my opinion. But this guitar is awesome. It's great. It's in the frost finish, and yeah, I love this guitar. This is my first Mayer signature guitar ever. So now we have the only one of these guitars that I have named, and this is Rosie, as you can tell and probably understand why. My best friend got to name his daughter Rosie. I had a son, so that didn't work. So I stole it and named this beautiful guitar Rosie as well. This is as you can see here, this is a 2021. So this guy, as soon as you pick it up, you immediately feel the shoulders on this guitar are much higher. It is a thicker neck. I like and love the feel of this neck. You can tell the finish is different as well, that they changed the nitro cab finish that Paul Reed Smith did as they changed on all their guitars. You can really feel that on this guitar significantly more so than on the white one. These frets are a little taller. I mean, you can even see just profile-wise when you're looking at it, they are taller frets. They're a little bit fatter, a little bit more modern. Still the scarf joint on the neck. And as far as the pickups are considered, these are a little bit more output. They're still lower output pickups. They sound incredible. But you can hear a difference between the two sets for sure. The pickup change is subtle. I think this one is a little bit more warm. It does kind of the EQ thing that you get out of John's playing and his pedal and amp selection, just a little bit more on this guitar than you do on the white one. The white one feels more vintage accurate as what it seems like he may have been going for. And this just kind of tweaks that EQ to his liking and to his sound a little bit more. It's great. It's an absolutely great guitar. It's gorgeous. It has its dings and its scuffs, but that's from getting played a lot. And yeah, I love this guitar also. Last on our list, we have the Silver Sky SE. And in fact, this Silver Sky SE is the limited edition sparkle platinum finish from Sweetwater. That this is the very last one to ever leave Sweetwater if they don't reproduce these again. This is the last one. So I had to buy it. It had a tiny little scuff on the fretboard here that I'm going to fill in, but all in all, this one is a special one when it comes to SEs. I played a lot of SE Silver Skies over the years, and this one, thank goodness, is the best one I've ever played. So the biggest difference between these on the Core Silver Sky, we have a 7¼ inch radius vintage accurate. We had 9.5 inch radius on the Black One and on the Fender Sig. This is an 8.5, kind of marriage between the two. It is a little bit flatter. You can feel that as compared to 7¼ but it definitely feels a lot more like the Rosie, the 2021-2022 changes that they made. Definitely have bigger shoulders on this one, and it is more significant in there. Now, I will say this is a poly finish, but it is a satin finish on the back of this neck, and it's great. It actually is very fast. It's not sticky, and I really enjoy playing this neck. So I'm actually considering some more outdoor shows, playing this more often to get that nice satin feel whenever it gets a little bit sticky and humid outside. This will do a lot better. The pickups are made overseas, but they are great. They are modeled after the more round and more warm version of the 2021-2022 era upgrades on the Silver Sky, but they are hotter output. You can definitely tell that when you plug it in. If you only hear this guitar by itself, you're right, wow, that is a great sounding single coil guitar. When you compare the two, you can hear the fidelity just a little bit more on the Core, but all in all, this guitar is absolutely fantastic. It is a great guitar. Another big difference with this guitar compared to the rest of the guitars is that this one is not alder. All the other guitars we have down here are alder bodies and rosewood fretboards. This is a rosewood fretboard, but this is a poplar body, which tends to be a little bit lighter. And honestly, I know Paul's really big on tone woods. I can't tell a difference on this one. It sounds great. The pickups and the chime come through. I'm sure there's a little difference. You don't want to upset everybody too much. But this thing sounds great. It is a little bit lighter. I do like it for that. It's a little bit lighter. It's lighter on the wallet as well by a significant margin, which is really nice. And this satin finish makes it really easy to play. So if you're ever too precious about some of your guitars, or for some reason these Silver Skies skyrocket in price, you'll be able to play this out significantly more without worrying about something happening to it. But I'm still worried about something happening to it because it is the last of this color. So I kind of lose there. So now that we talked about all the specs of the guitars, I'm going to play them one by one and try to play similar riffs of the song so you can hear the difference between the two. So if you want to have a fun game, you can just look away or minimize the screen, just listen. And we're going to go through all 5 of these guitars and try to hear the difference. And if you can tell the difference between them, the Fender one sounds more Stratty than the Silver Sky, or can you hear the difference in dollars compared to the SE to the Cores? I don't know. Let's take a look. I know they all sound good. I know when I play them live, I use them for different things. So let's dive in, play a couple of Mayer riffs. Again, using my Helix Stadium patch for the Neural DSP Quad Cortex capture, proxy capture that I made. So here we go. Let's take a listen. After playing all of them and after hearing all of them, what are your thoughts? Here's some of my thoughts and my key takeaways. If I had to pick just one to kind of do the whole thing, I think my opinion may have changed after this video. I think the white Silver Sky, the first generation Silver Sky, kind of does everything really, really well compared to the others. Like, I believe that the Fender Sig actually does that early Mayer tones significantly better than some of the other ones. It has more of the quack in the middle positions that can get you into that earlier Mayer sound. The Black One sounds like an incredible Strat. It sounds like Where the Light Is to me. I do like that one. I tend to grab it for vultures, and I can tend to do it for gravity as well. It does that single coil thing so good. And the warmth and everything, I do think that the pink one, Rosie, I think she does slow dancing better than any of them. So they definitely have their pros and their cons and their strengths and their weaknesses. But I would say that, like, overall, if I had to pick one, it would probably be the first gen Silver Sky. But second place, Silver Sky SE sounds incredibly good. And especially for the money, you absolutely cannot go wrong. Is it a little bit hotter? Yeah, it's a little bit hotter. But it sounds really, really well, and you can just kind of roll off that volume knob to kind of play with dynamics a little bit more. They all have their place. They're all special. But what do you think? I really want to know your opinions on these guys and what you think they do well, what they don't do well. If you blind tested it, which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If it's your first time watching me, thank you so much. Click that like button and that subscribe button. That helps me a ton. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and your help is greatly appreciated. So click that button. If you want to grab the preset that I use, that is a capture, proxy capture of the Neural DSP Quad Cortex plugin for Helix Stadium, you can go on my website. Link is also in the description. JordanAllenClark.com/store. Not tons. I have presets available for you. I think they're really great. They're all $5 a piece, and you can grab a really, really good sound for not a lot of money. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jordan Allen Clark. We'll see you in the next one.